Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lady Morales. I'm your girl for all things love, attraction, and spirituality. It's such a pleasure to have you guys back. I hope everyone had a wonderful and amazing Christmas. I know I've been MIA. The holidays are just my favorite time of the year. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my top 6 favorite self-help / law of attraction / spiritual awakening podcasts. I will go ahead and say that I think most of these podcasts are mainly catered to self-help, but there are a little bit more of spirituality and law of attraction mixed in between. One thing, as we all know, the worst thing that you can waste is time. Time is limited. We don't ever get it back. We can always get money back. We can always get material things back, etc. But the one thing that can never be returned is time. I do believe that transformation really started taking effect in my life once I started listening to podcasts. As corny and as cliche as that sounds, I do believe that podcasts, there's nothing better that you can do for yourself than to feed your mind food of knowledge, amazing information just from, you can find anything on podcasts. I listen to podcasts about acting. I listen to podcasts about investing. I listen to podcasts about, of course, self-help, law of attraction, spiritual awakening. If you guys are not hooked on a podcast, definitely go find them out. I'm hoping with the new year that we welcome in a matter of days, that you can carry some of these options with you on your morning commutes, which is when I listen to. What you do in the morning is a reflection of how the mood is going to be set for the rest of the day. So this is where podcasts come into play, even if it's just getting yourself a little bit of inspiration and motivation in the morning. I can't stress enough how I do believe everybody should be including I believe everybody should be including a podcast to listen to every single morning, or an audiobook, whatever. But podcasts are absolutely amazing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into podcasts, my favorite podcasts. And again, I'm going to attach the links to all of these amazing podcasts in the description box below. We're going to go ahead and begin with the first one, which is you hear me talk this guy again and again on my YouTube channel. His name is Peter Voogd from the Young Entrepreneurial Life. Right? Peter Voogd, look at Peter Voogd, and he is amazing. He is, like I said, he is like the Napoleon Hill for the millennial age right now. For the millennials, I do believe he has an amazing message. I love his podcast. And he talks a lot about mastery, becoming a master at what you do. Because again, with so much information overload out there, we tend to, get so invested with self-help and law of attraction, etc., which is fine. It's great. But at the end of the day, you're going to get results as far as your business and as far as making money. All those results are going to come with how well you do a job and how much value you put in other people's lives. Definitely check Peter Voogd out. I promise you guys, you will love his podcast. It's an amazing podcast for those who want to start businesses, for those who want to finally ditch their 9-to-5, for those in the millennial age, even it goes far beyond that, because I know he works with people from all walks of life. But if you really want to just get that morning motivation, and not only that, but get that amazing knowledge to really expand your growth, definitely check out Peter Voogd's podcast. The second podcast that I want to bring up, of course, is Brian Casella's podcast, Supreme Being. I'm sure you guys have heard me mention Brian Casella. He is also a fellow YouTuber. He is I think he focuses on real estate, but he also does a lot of self-help. I feel like lately I've been seeing a lot more self-help stuff coming from him, or the self-help type of vibe that he's amazing. Like, he really loves what he does. And most importantly, the value he adds to people comes from how amazing he is at articulating every idea that he has on, his secrets to success, because, he's a millionaire, and how really he's very honest and genuine about what it took to get to where he got today, and just the kind of the resistance that comes from it, from other people, and, telling you that you can't do something, etc. But I think what's really beneficial about Supreme Being is that he is very, a very straight shooter. Like, he will tell you as it is. And he's one of my favorites to listen to in the morning, because whenever I'm feeling like some sort of like, oh, I can't do something, what makes me think I'm good enough, etc. We all have those. He gets on my podcast and he shakes me out of it, and it's just amazing. So definitely check out Supreme Being, and I would encourage you to check out his YouTube channel. But I think if you watch Supreme Being, you will definitely see some drastic changes coming to you mentally. So definitely check it out. Then we have the beloved Aaron Doughty for his podcast, Expand Your Awareness. Pretty much everything that he talks about on YouTube is translated to this podcast, but he also does some things like out of the norm from what he does in his YouTube videos. I feel like in his podcast, you see a little bit more of who he is, as a person, not just the expand your consciousness type of guy that we're used to seeing on YouTube. If you want to know all things law of attraction, like all things parallel realities, reality transurfing, self-help, his techniques, etc., definitely check out Aaron Doughty. He's amazing. Everything that he talks about, I relate to on so many levels. And he's just, if I can pinpoint anything to articulate Aaron Doughty's Aaron Doughty's podcast, is that Aaron Doughty get a little bit more personal with him, and you get to really get to know him, is what I'm trying to say. I really do think that you guys would benefit a lot from Aaron Doughty's podcast as well, especially if you guys are very spiritual and law of attraction vibers and all about raising your vibration. Definitely during him out. I think you will not regret it. Another one that I've followed it was actually one of the first podcasts that I ever listened to. During the days that I was trying to get into real estate, was the Daily Boost. I can't remember. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's been a minute since I listened to it, because I took a self-help type of break. So I have a lot of catching up to do with a lot of the self-help type podcasts. But the Daily Boost, of course, it's that morning pep talk. What I love about the Daily Boost, they're very short podcasts, but very to the point. Every single word has impact, and it will get you ready for the day. It will fire you up. I think the Daily Boost, again, I have to catch up on it, but I think the Daily Boost, what it does a really great job is simplifying everything that you've ever learned about self-help into like 10-minute segments. And he's the personality or the person behind the Daily Boost. I mean, they've been around in podcasts for like years. Like, I'm talking about like over a decade, I think. I want to say his name is Scott, but I might be wrong. I'm not sure. And finally, I love this one. I'm so excited about sharing this one with you guys. I love Cibele Palacios' podcast. I think it's called, God, I'll have to send the link. I'm sure you guys will be seeing it somewhere here. But y'all, I love Cibele. Not only is she so gorgeous and pretty, but she is absolutely just, oh God, like hearing her talk and how soothing her voice is and how positive she is. She is such a... She's an amazing gem. What I love about her is that she doesn't quit. She keeps going, and she's just grown so much over, the time that I followed her. And most importantly, I do feel an amazing sense of her genuineness and her authenticity through her podcast. But I'm saying, like, when I listen to her podcast, it's just a breath of fresh air. It's soothing. It makes me feel at home, and it's so peaceful. So yeah. Definitely check out Taking Back Your Power. Cibele talks about everything. Law of attraction, gratitude, spiritual awakening, spirituality. She talks about goal setting, manifesting, everything you can imagine, you guys. I love Cibele Palacios' Taking Back Your Power podcast. It is definitely an amazing way to start your morning or to finish your commute back from work to your home. Check them out. Check all of these people out. And that concludes this list. I really hope these podcasters take your breath away. I really do 100%. I know I've said this like a billion times in this video, but I really do believe that you guys are going to see so many amazing benefits with listening to these YouTubers. Listening to these podcasters. Definitely check them out. Let me know what you guys think, and I hope everyone is having an amazing remainder of the holiday season, and I'm wishing you guys nothing but the best, and I know great things are coming to you in 2019. I can 100% feel it for you guys. I'm so excited for you guys. I'm excited for me because I'm like, okay, I'm ready. So yeah, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and until then, check these podcasters out. Let me know what you think, and we will talk soon. Bye guys.